Hey guys, welcome back to XDA. Today I'm going to review for you an application that helps you manage the visibility of your private data on your device. Let's check it out. First thing we want to do is download and install the application and make sure that you set up a PIN. And when you first log into it, it's greeting you with somewhat of an explanation as far as how to interact with the application. Once you're done with this, you can actually go back into the application. The settings options are pretty simple. You have stealth mode that's already turned on. Enable vault spoofing, which essentially gives you the ability of adding that second layer vault, which is also helpful if you're trying to share something with somebody and they notice that you're putting in a password to log into something. And this gives you the ability of kind of faking it, even if somebody does see it. Enable invisible mode is a simple option to disable the application from showing in your launcher so you can launch it directly from your dialer. And here is the ability of basically being able to change some of the security options that you have. The last but not least thing is, so when you first log into it, you're really controlled, and I'll go out of it just to kind of show you guys. So the lab, I'm leaving it right now for the sake of this review in my launcher, in my app drawer actually. And once I'm actually logging into it, it gives me the option of logging in with a password. I've already set up 2-layer passwords. So my default password right now is 1234, just to keep it simple. And this is accessing my main files. And it sorts them based on what you want to protect and so on. And again, for the demo, I'm only kind of protecting 3 pictures. You have the ability of selecting the picture, maybe making it a favorite so that it puts it into your favorite option. And we'll go under here. Well, actually, we don't have anything favorited now, so that's why it's empty here. You have the ability of favoring it once you click that, and also unhiding it, and then when you click the option, it just hides this. Other than that, it's actually pretty simple as far as what it does. You do have the ability of switching between the 2 different vaults that you have by actually exiting and re-entering the application. Only on the main app settings that you have the ability of setting all these options. So when you're in here, you're in the kind of like your own protected vault. But when you want to actually get into the spoofed vault, you have to exit it out, go home, exit twice. When you log in, you put in the new password, and I've already set that up to be 1122, and then it says login successful. And I've hidden different files in here. You notice it's a different set of files. They're still images, but they're a different set of files, and you still have the same options. But the main benefit here is that even if you try to go into settings, it's all grayed out. You don't have the ability of changing any of these settings, turning on, doing whatever. You still have the ability of viewing this information, but you don't have the ability of changing the settings as far as the other one. By default, it gives you the count of how many files you have protected. You're able to go back in here again, and you're able to favorite them by just selecting. You don't have ability of actually seeing what the files are. And I say seeing meaning what picture this is. The only thing you can see obviously is the name. So if the name is not unique, unfortunately, there's no way to figure out what this is. You know, of course, that it is an image because it's under IMG. But overall, I would have liked to see maybe an option here that gives you just a preview of what you're looking at, because at some point when you start protecting different files, it gets a little confusing. Of course, with music, videos, and documents and other file types, it's not as confusing, only in pictures, because generally, if you're converting them from the camera folder, they're not usually unique enough to actually tell you what they are. But other than that, it works pretty well. I like the design, I like the aesthetics. Okay, so let's look at it from what we have on the pros. The main thing that we want to keep in mind is it gives you 3 layers of protection. Number 1, the ability of hiding the application from the launcher. Number 2, gives you access to a fake vault. And number 3, gives you access to a 3-layer protection actual vault that you're able to protect your data with. Now, on the not so great, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but one of the main benefits of having this is to protect and hide or protect files on your device. The problem is that once they're in a hidden mode, you don't have the ability of viewing them unless you unhide them. So it becomes a process to be able to see what you've hidden. Specifically with pictures, when you start hiding and putting things in the folder or in the vaults that are pictures, you don't have the ability of seeing the thumbnail anymore, where you have the ability to see that in the normal file viewer when you're hiding things. So when you have multiple pictures and more pictures than when you start building up a collection, you have no idea which ones you're looking at. I do like the fact that, and that's really only my only kind of not necessarily positive thing. So hopefully in the next updates, we'll be able to see some things where at least we can see what our media is. But on the positive side, the ability of being able to actually hide multiple file formats, not just necessarily media, you can go down to actually just a file. It's really nice, and they're organized in such directly where you have them, and you can also favorite them depending on if you like it or not. I like the aesthetics, I like the way the application works, and the fact that the developer's putting in the idea of having the multiple layer vaults, controlled by password, I think is a very nice and unique feature of this application. Hope you guys like this. Let me know what you guys think. As usual, I'll give you guys a link in the description below the video for the thread if you have any recommendations or suggestions to the developer for future ideas. Let me know. Like and subscribe to this channel, like and subscribe to my channel, and as usual, I will see you guys soon.